Everybody, I'm Michelle Rom, and this is Michelle's Home Cooking. We have half an hour to get this dinner made before my family gets home. Today we are making homemade macaroni and cheese with bacon and onion. It's like a casserole, but it's got everything you love in it. It's got onions and bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? And cheese and butter. And okay, this is not a healthy recipe, but this is a very good family pleasing recipe. Okay, now I've already done the pasta. I did take notes on how much I was using, so I could tell you. Again, what is this? This is February 16th, I think. February 16th, and this is episode 2 of Michelle's Home Cooking. Don't know if I said that. Just sharing my cooking. So I used 2 cups of pasta, okay? 2 cups of pasta, which I cooked already. And it's in my casserole dish with a dollop of butter so the noodles don't stick together until the cheese sauce gets done. Okay? Now, I have here, about 2 cups of cubed cheese. Okay, and it's just your generic block cheese, like your Velveeta, but it's generic. You don't have to use Velveeta. The store brand does melt really nice, so it's fine. And then I just cubed it up. So there's about 2 cups of that. I got 1 onion diced and 4 slices of bacon cut up. I mean, cut up like pieces. Okay. That is what we're starting. Oh, what do I have? I have 1 cup of milk and 1 cup of water and 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, that's what this is, and that is the base to my cheese sauce. All right, now let's start with heating the pan up. All right, so let's put the bacon in because it takes longer to cook than the onions. So we're going to put the bacon in, and it depends on how you like it. When it's just about the way you like it, go ahead and add your onions. I like crispy bacon. It's pretty cooked. You'll hear it start cooking. It will. Let's see. Oh, I need the milk. I'm adding the milk, the 1 cup of milk, 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, in a medium saucepan. That's a healthy tablespoon of butter. That's my tablespoon of butter. All right. Hear the bacon going. Yes, I'm using the same spoon for both. It's okay. It's all going together in the end. This is not a paid-for cooking show, so I can even lick the spoon if I want to. Alright, so while that's getting crispy, and we have that on 8. I have a gas stove. We have that on 8, and this is, you want that on about 6 or 5. You do not want to put your milk, water, and butter on high. Even though the milk is mixed with the water, you can still scald your milk, and that means to burn it. You cook it too fast till it gets used to temperature, and it's scalded, burns the bottom. Maybe you can't get that flavor out. I don't care how much salt you add. Okay? So do not scald your milk. Cook it on low. Medium low. My 5. Well, you can see my flame. Right? It's not that high. But if I do notice it's the butter's melting too fast, that's how I can tell, then I turn it down some more. But it's fine. Alright, and when that butter's melted and it gets up to temp, then I can add my cheese. Now, if I was just making plain macaroni and cheese, yes, I would be adding the salt and the pepper. Today I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper, no salt, because I'm cooking with bacon. Bacon is way salty, and for those who watch your blood pressure or have arthritis and have joints that swell up because of the salt, less salt the better. But I'm not giving up my bacon. You know, a few dashes of pepper. That's a measurement. People say pinches of salt. Who ever pinch their salt? But, and we're making a casserole dish. It's not quite a 9 by 13. Okay, it's not. But it will feed us. There's 3 of us, and it will feed us for dinner and lunches. So, about, I guess that's 6 meals, 6 servings. Our servings. We're doing it Rom style, and we all like our food. So, okay, the butter I'm using is just your Wise brand, your store brand butter. I got mine from Wise. It's nothing special. You can use margarine, you can use butter. You can use whatever you want there. And the cheese, you can use any kind of processed block cheese. I'm going to go ahead and turn my bacon down to about 5 because it is starting to sticky. And that's cooking up really super nice. I know I've heard other people say it, but if there was smell-o-vision, I wouldn't even have to talk. You could just smell it and, you know, you would know. Alright, so we got 4 slices of bacon cut up in the frying pan and cooking, okay? If you like them, if you like them rubbery. My husband likes them, what I call rubbery. I like mine crunchy. I don't think those are real chef terms, culinary terms, rubbery and crispy, but they're, that's what works in this house. So, they're already starting to get a little bit crunchy around the edges. So I'll be adding my onion. I have 1 medium-sized onion. You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and add that because the bacon was kind of small when I cut them up, and they're not taking that long to cook. I said, I have to get done with this before my family gets home. So, one cut up onion. Oh man, I didn't think I was hungry. To be honest, I didn't think I was. I had a late lunch. I was picking up some bread that I'm going to show you guys about tomorrow. And of course, you know, you got to taste test everything. So I had a late lunch. Okay, that butter is really beginning to melt. So, I'm going to start adding my cheese. Now, you're not just going to dump this all in there. Yeah, I'd say a good, healthy 2.5 cups of cheese. The block of cheese, you know, the big block, not the small ones, it's not quite half a block. I would say it's 1/3 of the block of cheese. Okay, so we're going to put a couple of those in. Now, once the cheese is added, you have to stir it constantly. If you think milk scalds to the bottom, cheese will sink right to the bottom and burn. In fact, you know what? We're going to turn this down a little bit lower on 3 because I have had that happen to me so many times when I thought it was low enough and it wasn't. And you can't just like be careful and not scrape the bottom when you're pouring the sauce off. That flavors through the whole pan and it's no good. Yeah, it's like burnt popcorn. You burn one piece, the whole bag smells like it. So just don't do it. Yeah, let me just add a couple in at a time. Stir my bacon and my onions around. bacon is pretty much done at any time. You want your onions to be fully cooked though. So that's what we're waiting on now. Sorry. All right, a little bit more. Don't forget to get the edges. So once cheese sticks, it's not good. All right. This is cheesy bacon and onion macaroni and cheese. You can do regular, this basic cheese sauce here, which is 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of butter, and about 2 cups of cubed cheese. Now the shredded cheese doesn't melt the same. You're going to need a processed cheese of some kind, whether it's slices, like the Velveeta slices, or the generic equivalent to Velveeta. I find this cheese works for many different dishes. Now this cheese sauce, you can have just regular plain, not plain, because there's something to be said about the comfort of macaroni and cheese, isn't there? Every kid loves macaroni and cheese. Okay, so you can just have regular macaroni and cheese, or you can add 2 cans of tuna fish for cheesy tuna helper. Tuna helper. Just one moment. Sorry about that. My husband's home early. I'm not done. And the dogs are going to bark. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Yes, he's home early. I usually start around 3, and I had time. As long as the dogs don't bark, I'm good. So, getting back to what I was saying is, you can use this macaroni and cheese, as is with this cheese sauce. You can also use this cheese sauce on sliced blanched potatoes in the oven for cheesy au gratin potatoes, and I always serve that with chunks of ham in it. Casseroles go a long way, especially with families. One pot wonders, whatever you want to call them. So, yep, this is almost melted. Look at this here. Let's see, I haven't been at this too long. I think like, what, 15 minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. So it really is kind of fast. You just have to get used to cooking this way. Now I do know at the Dollar Tree they sell the Velveeta packets of cheese that are already melted. Okay, and those work great too if that's what you want to do. For your macaroni and cheese, I would probably use 2 or 3 of those little packets for this. But I prefer homemade macaroni and cheese, so we're just going to do that. And the bacon and onions is almost done. In fact, they are done. So we're going to go ahead and turn those off. I like mine crunchy, like I said, not rubbery. Okay, this is almost melted. Okay, and it's going to appear to be a little bit runny. First of all, it's under heat, so it's going to be very liquidy. And once it starts to cool down to room temp, it'll thicken up. Also, let your pasta, when you mix this all up, let your dish sit for a good 20 minutes. It gives time for the pasta to absorb all the extra liquid. So you get a very cheesy macaroni and cheese. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and turn that off. There we go. Move my dishes aside. Here's my pasta. I'm going to angle you down so you can see. Oh. All right. This is 2 cups of dry pasta, dry elbow noodles cooked. There we go. Loosen them up a little bit. All right, and my pot holder. Cool down. This is my cheese sauce. Okay, when pouring into a pan, kind of pour with your spoon. Sorry, I'm a lefty. Let me try to angle this so you can see. There we go. Pour into your spoon. It reduces, slowly, it reduces the splatter because this is really hot. It will burn you. And I know it looks like there's too much. You let it sit and you'll be surprised. You're not going to eat all of this. And if you don't put enough cheese sauce on your pasta, tomorrow when you go to get leftovers, you're going to have a very dry macaroni and cheese. Okay? There. We're just going to let that. See? It does look like there's way too much cheese sauce, but there isn't, I promise. Then we have our bacon and onions. Now do not strain off the bacon grease. That's the good part. Don't do that. Just pour that on. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. No one said it was going to be. This is Michelle's home cooking. Like I said, no kids ever complained. We're just going to carefully mix that in. Oh, does that smell good? Smell-o-vision. You know they've invented it. I don't know why they don't share it. All right. Again, let this sit here a good 20 minutes. And you got yourself some bacon and onion macaroni and cheese. And you can use this cheese sauce for many different purposes. You can use any pasta you want. It does not have to be elbow. You can use any pasta you want. I just used elbow because, you know, I had it. And that's the traditional macaroni and cheese. And there's our dinner. I'm going to let this sit here, and it will absorb that. And I won't be able to keep my kid out of it. But until then, this is Michelle's home cooking. I hope I taught somebody something. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.